Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and today I wanted to talk to you about two articles one that I think is very important to the industry, and another that I think is very important for Ripple XRP. The first article is titled, Morgan Stanley Wants to Beat Goldman Sachs to Crypto Trading Riches. Now, this, to me, is probably the most important article that I have read this year with regard to all of the big money that's coming into the cryptocurrency universe. And what this article is about is Morgan Stanley and Goldman Sachs traditionally have been major competitors, and they are coming into the space and they're trying to beat each other there. And so there's two quotes in this article that I wanted to read completely to you and that are really important. These are quoting a source that is inside of one of these organizations, either Goldman Sachs or Morgan Stanley. So here we go. Several of us have been reaching out to what we could call mid-tier money managers that we know are on the cusp of opening crypto-focused hedge funds. We have done some work with pure play crypto funds as well, but we've been more specifically tasked to engage with firms that are apt to add their current portfolios as opposed to starting from scratch. I can tell you who those are. I cannot tell you who those are as we are under NDAs with several, but you can bet that things are moving quickly and deals are being struck, and you can guess why. So they're basically telling you right there that the big money, the big boys are coming in. And so this market currently is at around $410 billion. If you can just imagine, we're talking trillions of dollars that's fixing to stampede into digital assets. It's going to become a whole new industry. Now, this other quote in this article to me is even more profound than the one I just read. And it's basically telling you who is coming and why they're coming. Quote, truth be told, this is the next arms race. Everyone is rushing into cryptos. Everyone, period. There isn't a bank, a fund company, a former legend attempting to reclaim old glory, private equity, venture capital, lending exchanges, consulting firms, everybody. It is a digital gold rush. And our firm wants to get there and pull as many levers as we can. So that's right from the horse's mouth. Either Goldman Sachs or Morgan Stanley is telling everyone what's fixing to happen. And I have heard estimates that go anywhere from this market overall, when all of these investment banks start creating trading desks, and when we get to the end, or when we get to a mature industry from what now is a $410 billion, very immature industry, I've heard estimates that this market could be anywhere from $10 trillion up to $800 trillion. And so everybody needs to get ready. Now, the second article that I was going to go over with you guys today is close to my heart because it involves Ripple, and Ripple XRP is my favorite digital currency. And this article involves SBI out of Japan. The title is Japan's SBI to start an exchange for major cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, and Bitcoin Cash. Now, what they don't tell you in that title is the most important thing about this. Those of us that have been in this business or been investing in digital assets for a while now, just about everybody knows that most roads have led through Coinbase. You have to exchange your US dollars to go into Bitcoin initially, and then you can work your way into the other digital assets. But you have to have more than one account in many cases to do so. This has been a problem from the get-go, and it's been a real advantage for Bitcoin. It's one of the 2 or 3 reasons, such as first mover advantage, that Bitcoin has been able to stay on top. That over time is going to change because all of these other the good digital currencies, XRP in my opinion being the number one best digital currency, XRP will be the trading pair from Japanese yen when SBI opens. Now, who is SBI? SBI is a huge banking group that has between 60 and 100 banks. They also have SBI securities. They've got institutional investors that are a part of this same company. Now, the CEO of SBI says that they have 8.5 million accounts. To put that in perspective, Coinbase, I think, has around 10 million. And this will be overnight, the flip of a switch, a Coinbase rival that is going to that will have an XRP trading pair. You don't go in unless you go in through from Japanese yen into XRP, not Bitcoin. That is huge. And then, but the other thing that's worth mentioning in this particular article is the CEO of SBI, and he was quoted as saying, and I'll give you his quote. His name is Yoshitaka Kato, and I know I messed that up, but it sounds something like that. But his quote is, and he's referring to when they open SBI virtual currencies, which is what it'll be called. When we do it, it will be number one in the blink of an eye, so quickly. So he says, so even if a tremendous number of customers come, we can build a system that can bear the workload. And what he's referring to there is that they had put off the opening of this for a couple of months into summer. And they did it because they wanted to make sure that they had the wallets as secure as possible. That's the number one problem with all this, is to have secure wallets so no hackers can come in. But this is huge for XRP, and their lives could be changed overnight when this happens. So that's pretty much what I wanted to cover. Now, please subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be bringing a lot more great content and articles. I will make a habit of putting the articles that I cover in my videos into the comment section or right below the video. I'll put links to the articles so that you don't have to just take my word for it. You can read for yourself. I also want to say I'm not a licensed financial advisor. This is for informational and entertainment purposes only. So I appreciate you listening, and come back next time.